polyester, etc. Now, you are all this man-made fiber sector, that is the center of Surat. Now, why natural fibers? Natural fibers are always preferred in most of the countries because it is a healthy choice. Provide optimum wearer comforts, provide natural ventilation. It's a responsible choice supporting the cause of poor farmers. A sustainable choice because it is supporting the emerging green economy, 100% eco-friendly. Now, a high-tech choice, hard fibers preferred in industrial use like coir, etc. It's a fashionable choice. Organic fibers are at the heart of an eco-fashion. Now, these natural fibers, it is farm-based fibers promoted by the FAO UNO, produce 35 million tons of natural fibers world over per annum. Unlike the synthetic fiber, natural fibers cause no ill effect to the human body. Provide livelihood to millions of farmers, produced by weaker sections and consumed by rich and affluent strata. And therefore the money changes from rich to poor. Especially in silk, you can understand. The producer is the poor farmers and the consumer is the rich strata of the society. So the money transfer from rich to poor through silk. And also stops migration from rural to urban. You know, rural employment, it gives a lot of rural employment also. The queen of textile, silk. Silk, it's a gift of nature, it's a eco-friendly fiber, excellent wearing comfort, gives cool in summer and warm in winter. It does not accumulate dirt as easily, is highly hygroscopic, 11% of moisture content. The question is, one question was that why silk weighs differently at different cities. It is because of moisture content. It is because of the humidity. If Surat 1 kg weighs here, it may be something 50 grams less or 50 grams more in Bangalore. That is why earlier days the silk was traded on a conditioned weight system. Means remove the total moisture from it, add 11% to that, that is the conditioned weight. Now, it's a high fashion fiber, excellent drape, wonderful dye absorbent, poor conductor of electricity and heat. Elegant royal wear enhance the beauty and stature of the wearer. Now, what is the evolution of silk? You all know that it is originated in China 2500 years back, 2500 BC. Now it's almost 4000 years now. China kept the secret of silk for 2000 years. Buddhist monks smuggled the seeds of mulberry silkworms in hollow bamboo sticks, the earliest known industrial espionage. You know, smuggling at that time, you know, China kept it as a secret, and if anybody tried to smuggle it, it was, you know, the death penalty was the sort of a punishment at that time. Now, sericulture spread to other parts. Silk industry flourished in Europe, especially in Italy and France. Louis Pasteur gave significant contribution to sericulture by inventing the testing of silk moth. That practice is still continued, and the question, there was a question, who was the scientist, silk savior, the savior of sericulture, Louis Pasteur. Now, Silk Route is reminiscent of the cultural integration of many civilizations. You heard about Silk Route, which is very old, and it's a long story about Silk Route. Now, silk culture was known to India since pre-Vedic times. Spice and silks were the precious commodities traded through the Silk Route. Yes. And Surat was one important center of export even those days also. Spice, Cochin se Surat touch karke hota tha. There were a good presence of, you know, foreign nationals. This was one of the hub of the activities.
होता था कि वहाँ से सिल्क यहाँ आता था और उसके बदले में वो लोग
It was a barter system. And it was told that silk was sold against gold. 1 kg of silk is equal to 1 kg of gold. That sort of a precious commodity it was, silk. So that olden time I just want to recollect and bring it to your notice. Silk was bartered once against gold worth its weight. Asian countries except Brazil, it hold the monopoly in silk production. It is the Asian country. Now what are the silk producing countries now? China, of course, it's almost 85% of the world silk production is controlled by, even still, even now. India is second, but a very big difference. Where 95,000 or 90,000 of metric tons is produced in China, 1 lakh now. Now our figure is around 20,000 now. 20,000 and 1 lakh. See, that's the difference, although we are second. And China, of course, produces the better quality silk that is called bivoltine, whereas we produce the multivoltine silk. And after China, India, Japan. Once upon a time, Japan was the leading producer over China. Up to 70s, it was Japan who produced silk the most. And Vietnam is a good producer of Brazil is a very good producer. Thailand, Korea, Turkey, this Uzbekistan, Bangladesh and other smaller players are. They are the... Now, coming to that, everybody talk about silk and what is silk. What is silk? What exactly is the silk? There should be a definition for silk. And for a consumer, whatever is shining, whatever is glittering is silk. No, silk is silk only. And what is the definition? Designation of silk is only permitted to be used for fibers emanating from cocoons or silk spinning insects. No other fiber or fabric can be called silk. There is no substitute for silk. Silk is silk only. Yeah. Silk is a bifilar structure of 2 protein filaments of fibroin covered with sericin or silk gum. There is a sericin and silk gum. These 2 bifilar things are binded together when it comes as raw silk. Now silk filament in a cocoon runs to 700 to 1000 meters. Production of silk is laborious, painstaking but interesting. Now I'm just quickly running because the time shortage. Types of silk. Everybody know there are 4 types of silk. The biggest category is mulberry, and the rest of the 3 categories are put together as vanya. Vanya means forest-based silk. The tussar, the iri and the muga, they are forest-based silk and they are now marketed or branded as vanya silk. Means something related to forest. Incidentally, the muga is the India's monopoly. Only India makes muga silk, and hence all the 4 commercial varieties are produced only by India. Now, how is silk produced? Just a running. It is broadly classified as farming activity, rearing activity and industrial activity. These 3 are the main sectors. What are the farming activity? Cultivation of mulberry plantation. Rearing activity is the silkworm rearing. Industrial activity is silk reeling, weaving, dyeing and processing. The first 2 activities put together known as sericulture. It is called sericulture. That the farming activity is known as sericulture, and pre-cocoon activity, that is the sericulture. What are the steps? Hatching of silkworms' eggs, rearing of young silkworms, silkworm growth in 4 stages, ripened silkworm in 25 to 28 days, stops eating plant feed, starts spinning cocoon around itself in 2 days. Harvesting of cocoons, enter pupa stage, metamorphosis take place, transform into moth and emerges as butterfly, lays egg after populating. Now, after the cocoon, when the cocoon is harvested, now the farmers, they go to the cocoon market and sell the cocoons. There is a established cocoon markets are there in South India, that is Karnataka and other places. There only you can sell the cocoons, and then the cocoons are bought by the reelers. The reelers. Now that activities, post-cocoon activities, marketing of cocoon, farmers to reeler, sorting to remove the damaged and defective cocoons, cooking to soften sericin, brushing to remove the flaws from outside, reeling to produce raw silk, re-reeling to make standard skeins, raw silk marketing, that is reeler to weaver. Throwing is an activity that is called the twisting of raw silk. Twisting of raw silk in silk is known as throwing. Degumming, that sericin part, the gum part is to be removed. Partial removal of gum at different stages. Yarn dyeing, dyeing in yarn stage, warping, weaving, degumming, bleaching, piece dyeing, processing, marketing and retailing. These are the different steps, activities in silk industry. Now, what is the profile of Indian silk industry? Biggest consumer of silk, although China produces the largest quantity, and Japan etc. consume a lot, Switzerland etc. But India holds the position for the largest consumer of silk. Although we produce 20,000 metric tons, again import another 10,000 from China. So our consumption is the highest, and so we are. Number two, we are the number 2 in world silk production, produce all 4 varieties of silk, holds monopoly in Muga silk, produce, yeah.
Can you speak in Hindi?
Also, yes. थोड़ा बहुत हम हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे. कंज्यूम हमारा कंज्यूम इतना है 27,000 टन ये ईयर. हम लोग 8,000 तक चाइना से इंपोर्ट, 8,000 to 10,000 तक चाइना से इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. और राउंड द ईयर डिमांड, you know why round the year? Because of the sari industry, round the year demand is there for silk, and हमारा export है 3,500 crores. सिल्क प्रोड्यूसिंग स्टेट्स, इंडिया में कौन कौन स्टेट्स सिल्क बनाता है? एज यू नो, कर्नाटका इज द टॉप, आंध्र प्रदेश, तमिलनाडु, वेस्ट बंगाल, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, दीज 5 स्टेट, इसको हम ट्रेडिशनल स्टेट्स बोला जाता है. ट्रेडिशनल स्टेट्स गुजरात में स्टार्ट किया था, गुजरात कमिंग अंडर नॉन ट्रेडिशनल स्टेट्स. थोड़ा बहुत हमारा नेशनल सेरिकल्चर प्रोजेक्ट वर्ल्ड बैंक स्कीम के टाइम में हम लोग गुजरात में भी स्टार्ट किया था. थोड़ा बहुत इधर बनाया था, इधर नवसारे में या और बाकी जगह बड़ौदा में भी हमारा थोड़ा बहुत प्लांटेशन था ये. लेकिन आहिस्ता आहिस्ता थोड़ा बहुत इंटरेस्ट कम हो गया इधर में, इसलिए ज़्यादा एक्टिविटीज सिल्क प्रोडक्शन का गुजरात में अभी नहीं है. अभी वी वांट टू रिवाइव द एक्टिविटीज इन गुजरात, स्पेशली द एरी सिल्क. एरी सिल्क जो अहिंसा सिल्क बोला जाता है, जिसका वर्म को स्टाइफलिंग नहीं होता है, तो वो कैस्टर प्लांट से ये करता है. तो वो जिधर कैस्टर प्लांटेशन ज़्यादा है उधर में एरी सिल्क बना सकता है. तो उसका एक नया अटेम्प्ट हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
के लिए
Yeah, it is extreme climates are not good. Okay. Extreme climates are not good.
19 to 27 degrees ideal climate.
Yeah.
So that's why you have been commenting that another.
Yeah. The eri silk thrive in humid climate, hot climate also. Now these are the non-traditional states. Now, what are the silk weaving centers? Bangalore is biggest weaving center. You know, Mysore, Kanchipuram, Salem, Dharmavaram, Hyderabad, Gadwal, Benares, Mubarakpur, Murshidabad, Baluchar, Bishnupur, Bhagalpur, Paitan, Bandhara, Chamba, Navapatana, Kota. These are the traditional silk weaving centers. और सिल्क का पीछे एक सोशल कॉज जो है, हमारा साहब इंट्रोडक्शन में बताया, more than 6.5 million, that is 65 lakhs of families are depending on the sericulture silk industry in India. It has got rural base. The entire silk is produced in rural India. Weaker sections of the society, and they produce silk, and it is a cottage industry. It's a family oriented activity, and so they produce, वो produce करने के बाद they sell the cocoons etc. then reel it, आगे का जो process है अभी